In the earlier session, we have seen how various Boolean theorems are there which will be used for simplifying the Boolean expressions. Now we will move on to Boolean functions in today's class, which is going to be incorporated using two forms. One is called as sum of product and another is called as your product of sum. Okay, suppose if I am going to take a equation, let us say AB plus BC. Then in that case, how many gates are required? If you could see A into B, so one AND gate, B into C, another AND gate, and you have a OR function here. So you require two AND gates and one OR gate. So three gates are required. Whenever I say three gates are required, the cost also should be taken into account. Okay, suppose if I am going to go in for a 3 input gate or a 4 input gate, let us say it is going to be ABC and A bar BC. Okay, in this case, when I use as a bar, I should use a NOT gate. I should go in for a 3 input AND gate. Like this, if my expressions are going to be just increasing in this order, accordingly the number of the gates also will increase. Right. So in this case, in order to avoid, that is, you have to make your device also compact, but it should work in the same way as the expression be required for. Suppose if you want to do addition or a subtraction or whatever is your application, accordingly the number of gates is required. Okay, so the main functions, that is why Boolean functions has been created to express in terms of SOP and POS form is nothing but, so you have to reduce the number of literals as much as possible, so that whenever I am going to reduce the number of literals, okay, so the cost which is involved in making your application will be reduced. As a digital engineer, we should know that we should reduce the cost, right? So what are the methods by which you can reduce the expression, but it will work in the same way as the expanded expression? That is what we are going to see in today's class. Okay, so you are just going to minimize the literal. What is the literal? Either a variable A or A bar. Either a variable which is going to be in a normal form or a complemented form is called as a literal. Okay, so now we will move on to this. So for this, two terms are required. One is called as a min term and another is called as a max term. Okay, what do you mean by this min term? Min term is nothing but the every AND term, as I told you, A into B into C. This is one AND term. So this is called as a min term. Then here A bar BC, this is another min term. Okay, so any AND term, that is, this is going to create a function of your AND gate. So any AND term which is going to be expressed for a variable either in normal form or in complemented form is called as a min term. The next thing, max term. Max term is nothing but if I am going to express like this, A plus B, A plus B bar, A bar plus B or A bar plus B bar. So the variable can be in normal form or in complemented form. So every term, okay, every OR term which is going to be expressed either in normal term or in complemented term is called as a max term. Okay, so simple. Min term means every AND term. Max term means every OR term. Now we will see how to write this designation, how this term will appear and how it is going to be used. For example, I am just taken a two variable representation. For AB, you will have four combinations 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Okay, first we will see how to incorporate in terms of min term expression. Now, whatever the terms possible, now I just write 4 times AB. If it is going to be, that is, if I am going to assign for 0 as bar and for 1, that is in normal form as the variable as such, and for 0 if I am going to assign a bar, then it is called as a min term, and the vice versa is going to be the max term. Okay, what is min term? I already told you it is the AND term. So you will write it as a multiplication, AB, 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 you write 4 times. Now 0, 0, so you put a bar here, 0, 1, so in the place of 0 you put a bar here, and here it is 0, so you put a bar here, 1, 1, it is in the normal form, leave it. And how I am going to designate it? Okay, it is going to be represented by the small letter m, m naught, M1, because you know this is value is 0, 1, 2, 3. So M0, M1, M2 and M3. Now we will move on to the max term. So what is max term? In max term you have 4 conditions. I already told you it is going to be the OR term. So I am going to write it as A plus B. Okay. So in this case the designation is just opposite. 0, 0 means you should express as 1. Okay, that is complemented form means you should give the value as 1, and in normal form means, that is, if it is going to be, the variable is going to have 1, then you will represent as A bar. So for 0, 0 you should write in terms of OR variable, so A plus B. Suppose for 1, 0 means first you put A plus B in one place, here only 1 is there, so you put a bar here. Okay. Now 1, 1 is there, how will you write? First you write A plus B and leave it, 1, 1 is there, so you put a bar. And they are designated as M0, M1, M2 and M3, capital letters. Okay. If you could see, when I say just take the variable alone, it is A bar into B bar, right? So when I say how to write it in the dual form, it is nothing but A plus B. Wherever multiplication symbol is there, I am changing it to the plus. Wherever the dual form, that is complemented form is there, I am writing it in normal. Thus, both these min terms and max terms are going to be complement to each other. Okay. So this is the thing you should know, how you are going to represent your min term and your max term, right? So now we will go in for how to do this. Sum of product and product of sum, these two boolean functions, how to write it. Okay. Now here the variables are from 1 to 7. Okay. That means the variables are going to be existing from 0 to 7. That means it is a, on the left hand side it is given 3 variables. Okay. So for every n variable you will have 2 power n min terms or max terms. So how many variables are there? You are going to have a 3 variable. When you are going to have a 3 variable, 2 power 3 is 8 min terms are possible. Okay. Now you know, in the last class we have seen how to write the truth table. Not all your outputs are going to be 1. So whatever the outputs you are going to have as 1, that you are going to write it as a expression. That is what your min term expression. What is this min term expression? I have just taken one example. So what does this specify? 1, 3, 5, 7 means in these 4 places alone, out of the values of your inputs from 0 to 7, in these 4 places alone you are going to have the output in truth table. If I am going to have at 1, 3, 5, 7, then from the truth table I can write this expression, right? So now 4 terms are there. What is given? It is sum of various product terms. So sum, okay. So sum, I am just putting the sum of various product terms. So how I should write? So first I am having 4 terms. Okay. So first you just write 4 times ABC, ABC, ABC and ABC. 4 times you write. Okay. Sum, then in between you put plus. What does it indicate now? Sum of various product terms. Okay. You have the 3 variables. So just write this 3 variable generally first. Okay. ABC, ABC, ABC and ABC, and you put a plus sign. What does it indicate now? You have, each one is going to represent your min term. Min terms are nothing but your AND terms. Okay. So which will have the variable in both normal form and in complemented form. Right. So in this case I have just written 4 times and put a plus in between. How many min terms are there? First put it. Now what is the next rule you should follow? So if it is going to be 1 means what is the value? 0, 0, 1. 3 means 0, 1, 1. 5 means 1, 0, 1. 7 means 1, 1, 1. Now you follow the rule here. First one is 0, 0, 1. So at A and B literal I have put a bar. Next when I am going to come for 0, 1, 1. So 0 I have put a bar and other things I left it as it is. So 0 should be complemented and 1 should be in the normal form. Let us take this condition. 1, 1, 1 means ABC. 1, 0, 1 means in this place alone I have put a bar. So this is how to write the expression. Okay. So After this, whatever is this term, it has to be represented in terms of small letters M1, M3, M5 and M7. That's all. So just from this, if I have 4 terms, write 4 terms. It should be written in terms of product terms, and then you have to put a plus sign which shows that it is a sum of various product terms, and write in terms of your min term representation. Now we will move on to your product of sum. Okay, that is when I say it as a product of various sums. So first, if I am going to have 4 terms, first put 4 terms product of various. You first write, put 4 brackets and write A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C, like that you write 4 times first. Okay, now how it is resembling the outline? Product of various sums. Okay, you have written in terms of sum form, so that represents your max term. Next, here what is the rule you have to follow? First we will write the values for 0, 1, 0, for 4 it is 100, for 6 it is 1, 1, 0. Now you apply the rule here. What is the rule you should apply? So for 0 it is, you should put it in complemented form, whereas in case of 1 you should put as 0. For 1 it is 0. So wherever 1 comes, so 0, 0, 0, so it is no complemented value. 0, 1, 0. So wherever 1 comes, you are going to complement it. Next in this term 1, 0, 0. So A alone should be complemented. Next here is A and B are 1. So A and B is 1. So this represents your function M0 plus M2, M4 and M6. Okay. So this is going to be your representation. 1 minute. Okay. So now in this case I am going to have this expression and this expression. Okay. Now whenever I am going to write this as pi m0246, automatically I can say what will be my min term expression. Whatever is left out will be my min term expression, because both are complemented to each other. So what will be the value? It is 0 is there, so 1, 2 is there, so 3, 4 is there, so 5 and 6 is there, so 7. So both the values product of sum and SOP are going to be complement with respect to each other. So now we will just take these 2 examples and see how it works. So first expression we will do in terms of SOP, and the next expression is in terms of POS. So F is equal to A plus B bar C. Okay. So in the last expression, so what we have seen? We have seen, for example, I am taking any expression I can take. Okay. When I see that my expression, if it is going to be a 2 variable, each term, when I am taking these 2 terms, it is going to be a 2 variable one, in which all the variables, they are going to be in either the normal form or in the complemented form. If you take each term, A, B is there, either in normal form or complemented form. So this type of expression is called as canonical SOP or standard form of SOP. If in each term all the literals are going to be present either in normal form or in complemented form. Okay. Whereas what about this expression? A plus B bar C. In this, here B is not there, C is not there, whereas here A is not there. Okay. So why this expression you are getting it? Because this is a simplified expression, so which will be used helping in making your gates, that is less number of gates can be used. Okay. Whereas this is going to be the expression where in which all the terms and all the literals are going to be present in each and every term. When it is going to be present, this is not a standard SOP form, but now we will see how to write it in the standard SOP form. Okay. So whenever all the terms are going to have all the variables, then it is called as a canonical SOP form. Now what happens? Now for this I should do some measures. So for this you should use a general formula. So what is a plus a bar? In the Boolean theorems we have learned, it is 1. So whenever I am going to use this expression, it is not going to vary my expression. Similarly, what is a into a bar? It is 0. So these two small Boolean theorems, we are going to use it here and convert this expression in terms of standard SOP form. Okay. Now what happens to this variable? I am going to do b plus b bar, c plus c bar, and to the next expression. Okay. Now here, what is b plus b bar? It is 1, either any variable. C plus c bar is 1. 1 into 1 into a, it is going to remain, the expression is going to remain the same. Similarly, this is 1. So the expression is not going to get altered. Okay. So now you just expand it and write ab plus ab bar into c plus c bar plus, I am just writing the literals in the order, that's all. A bar, b bar, c. In the next case, just multiply this term with here. First c with these two terms, then c bar with these two terms. So it will be ABC plus AB bar C plus ABC plus AB C bar. So it has been multiplied. Now it is AB bar C plus A bar B bar C. Now if the term is going to be remaining twice, you can write only once. Suppose ABC is there, ABC. Okay, now you just write in terms of what is the binary value required. Okay, so what is this ABC? What will be the value? 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. Now here it is same thing. So here it is going to be 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. That is whichever is complemented, I am making it as 0. That's all. For this it is 0, 0, 1. That's all. So what is your min term? This is nothing but M7 plus M5. 110 is 6, so M6 plus again M5 is there, so no need to write it once again. So next it is M1. So I can write my expression as 1, 1, 6, 1, 5, 6, 7, 1, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So what is the step you have to involve? So you are going to have A, then you are going to have B plus B bar and C plus C bar, and in the next step you are going to have B bar C into A plus A bar. Okay. So in this case you are just going to expand the expression. So whatever it is AB plus AB bar, C plus C bar, you are going to have A B bar C and then A bar B bar C. Okay. In the next step what you are going to do, you are just going to multiply whatever the terms is there. One minute ma. Here when you are going to see, this is ABC plus AB bar C. Now I have to multiply with C bar here. So I am sorry. Okay. So it is going to be 1, 1. It is going to be, so second term if I am going to see, I am going to represent with terms of A, B, C bar, then A, B bar, C bar. 1 minute. Okay. A, B bar, C, then A, B bar, C bar. Now write the values for this. It is going to be 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. In that case, this is M7, this is going to be M5, this is going to be M6, and you are going to have one more variable, that's all. Okay. So M4 plus M5, M1. Okay. This is 7, this is 5, this is 6, this is 4, again 5 repeats, so no need to write once again, and here you have the 1. So one more variable is added, that's all. So how will you write the expression? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's all. Now here if you see, all the variables are going to be existing in each term, either in normal form or in complementary form. Every term is going to have ABC, either A, B, C or A, B bar, C, anyway. So this is called as your standard form. Okay. From the simplified expression, how I am going to write it in the standard form. Now we will take the second example, that is how to write it in canonical POS form. Okay. what is the expression I have taken? It is xy plus z into xz plus y. Okay, so we know what is the distributive formula. What is the distributive formula? A plus BC is nothing but A plus B into A plus C. Now here whatever I am going to do is, suppose if I am going to have xy plus z plus, suppose if I am going to add xx bar, means it is not going to alter my expression, because what is x into x bar? So x into x bar is 0, so it is not going to alter my equation. So this is the term which I am going to include here. Now first you expand the equation. So how I'll write? So it is x plus z into y plus z. Then similarly here it is x plus y into z plus y. Next step what I have to do in this, y is missing, so it is x plus y bar plus z, and here it is x bar is missing. It is not going to change my equation, and in the next case it is xy, so plus I am going to add z bar, which is not going to alter my equation. So here x bar plus y plus z. Before this you check any equations are going to be the same. In this case I am going to have y bar, x bar, z bar, and again I am going to have the same equation. In this case one expression can be, these two expressions are same. Okay, in that case I can reduce this expression. Okay, now you write the value. So it is, again you implement the distributive law property. You take x plus z as one term plus y bar, a plus bc, just separate it and write. So it is going to be x plus y plus z. So first to multiply with this term, then x plus y bar plus z. So similarly here x plus y plus z and x bar plus y plus z. Similarly for this you will get two terms, x plus y plus z, first multiply by z, x plus y plus z bar. Now whatever the common terms, if it is going to comes twice, you can leave it. So x plus y plus z is there, so this one, okay, and 2 times it is coming, right? So now you write your expression. So what is this? What I told you, if it is going to be in the normal form, it is 0. So 0, how will I? I am just writing it here, 0 0 0, okay, 0 1, because wherever complemented it is going to be 1. Then here it is going to be, for this it is 1 0 0, and for this x plus y, so 0 0 and 1. Wherever I am going to have the bar, there alone I have to put a complemented term if I am going to see here. That's all. Now what is this? 0 0 1 0 is 2, 4 and 1. Okay, so how I'll write this? Pi m 0 1 2 4, or else what is the expression? m0, m1, m2 and m4. That's all. Okay, so what you are going to do? I am just going to add the term which is not going to be present, which is not going to be alter my equation, and then wherever I am going to have a normal value, put 0 and write my max term expression. So now in this you are not having all the literals. Here if you see xy is missing, here if you see z is missing. So but whereas here if you see, in all the terms all the literals are present in either normal form or in complemented form. So this is how you have to write the expression in canonical POS form. Thank you students.